Good morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you're at. The one that I did was digital aid education using students' own electronic gear. That was the report that I did by the New York Times. There was some controversy in the article. The benefits that they had suggested were like simple ways of it was a simpler way of using technology for in the classroom that was cheap cost to schools and district. It lowered the cost. They didn't need as much tech support. There was less teacher complaining about like how kids were on their cell phone. On the other hand, if some of the other schools said it's not a quick budget fix, like you can't just use that to um, fix the budget. And then the other thing they said is it's counterproductive because the teachers would each student has a different piece of equipment, different type of device. And so, depending on low income or high income, you would have to adjust your teaching to depending on the device because some people have the smartphone that has all the apps and some people still have the flip phones. Um, there were different schools that have already bought into the bring your own device. A lot of school districts in Central Florida, Atlanta, Georgia, and Houston, Texas. And then I went and researched even further the piece, and so I wanted to see how many schools are really into the bring your own device. And as you can see, there's a map right here that shows all the bring your own device. This is from the Verizon Mobile Learning Academy, so they're using Verizon to learn their curriculum. And as you can see, it's very populated along the East Coast, again in Florida, and then it's sporadic everywhere else. So, down in Florida, down in Felicia, I think that's how you say it, County School District, Central Florida anyway, they have changed their sign policies. They used to have no cell phones allowed on their doors. They've changed it to now bring your own device. Rather fighting to connect with students on instead of making this big old fight that us teachers have every single day about stay off your devices, don't use your cell phone in class, they've changed that policy instead of fighting because these kids have such a connection to their devices, it's a vice for them that they have now gone to taking advantage of that connection and moving forward with it. The result ended up being they found an inverse relationship between the family and the family's income and the type of device they have. They also found that they have access to more apps for the educational research. Internet was an equalizer in the curriculum, and there was no limitations. My opinion, I'm still in the middle, maybe if not a little more to the not using the bring your own device, only because of my own personal experience. I have done this in my classroom and maybe I just need more instruction, but every time I had the kids use their cell phone for educational purposes, like I was always on top of them walking around, but they don't want to. They want to play their Fortnite or they want to play their game. So instead of doing the requirements I've asked, they're on playing their games. I also teach high school students who are also using their devices for Snapchat, and I've had a couple of kids expelled for using taking inappropriate pictures or whatnot. So I feel that I don't think it's a great idea until we can control it or learn how to keep the kids away from Snapchat and their games so they're actively engaged in what the teacher would like to them to do. They don't, at the high school level, the kids that I have freshmen through juniors, they don't want to do the education. They want to do their own thing. They want to Snapchat, again, they want Facebook. They don't want to use they don't even want to use those for education, and I've tried every which way. I've been bringing more technology into the class. They actually complain that I use too much technology in the classroom. The other issue that I have is that our school doesn't have much money, and so the broadband width really is low. And so when you have all these devices using the same broadband width, it really shuts down the broadband width. And so we've had a lot of struggle that way as well. So I don't know if I'm really for it. Maybe I just need to be educated on the proper ways of using it, or seeing a high school that really works that is as low income as mine. Our school is very low income. Is the kids whose parents didn't graduate. It's the kids that are from bad backgrounds, drug parents, you name it. We have those kids. So I'd like to probably see how a school like mine is using bring your own devices and keeping the kids off of the all the other stuff that they want. So that's my article in a nutshell and my opinion. Thank you. Have a good day.